Hi everybody, good to see you. Oh, welcome to another edition of MGN. Or another show, or another thing, whatever the hell it is that we do. Welcome back to it. And I'm joined, as always, by my sexy, sultry-voiced co-host, Willie.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Well, we actually have a few interesting things for you today, but actually, I'm quite pleased with this wallpaper. This is very nice. This is the littlest Khajiit.
It is very nice.
From Skyrim, yes.
I've heard Khajiit has many wares to sell if you have coin.
Even has an arrow to the knee. How cute is that? This wallpaper actually does come with... I don't know who did this cover, but it's actually a really nice audio.
Is it the music? Yeah.
It is, yeah. It's an a cappella sort of version.
Ooh.
So let me turn it up for you guys. Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, that's a famous cover. You know that?
Do you? Oh, yeah. I kind of have this down in the background because I do like it. I've been listening to it a lot.
Yeah,
like the past couple of
cover.
days.
What was her name? Malika or something like that? I can't remember the exact name.
It's a really beautiful piece of music. It's very nice.
She does very, very good.
It is called Wallpaper Engine Decryptor, yes. But yeah, it's such a nice little thing, and I have it on. Obviously, I've not got it on, but I do keep it sort of like at low level when I'm sat gaming and things like that. It's very, very nice.
It's a very sexy piece of software.
So, Willie, in the last couple of days since we spoke,
yes,
what games have you been playing?
Oh, gee whiz, you know what?
What?
Pretty much the exact same games I've always been playing throughout the last couple of weeks.
Okay.
But you know what else?
What?
I've actually gone and done what I said I would do and start busting open some of my rainy day games to play.
OMG.
Yeah, so I'm going to start wading through these games over the course of the weeks and months and have something to maybe come back and tell you about. I mean, I can't say that they're all going to be very up-to-date titles by any means, but it will be titles to talk about on this section of the show. So the game that I downloaded and installed last night actually, is a little game called, now some of you may already know this, Dishonored.
Yes, I am very familiar with Dishonored.
So I think I played the first level or two levels out of it, and I thought, yeah, that's a pretty good game. I like that. And for whatever reason, I can't remember now, I never went back and played any more of it. So now, because I saw they had it on the Steam sales this week.
Yeah.
So there was a bunch of DLC that I'd never had for it. So I went and purchased all the DLC for it.
There is
which is
cool things for that game
on sale right now. That's right. And you know, there's been a lot of hype around Dishonored 2, and I think there's been another one where you play a totally independent character to the main character whose name is Corvo.
Yes. You play Corvo's side of the story.
Yeah, but there's another character in there now. I think they've made another one with like a totally independent character. I can't think of the name now, but I wouldn't mind playing those.
And I believe there's three. There's Corvo, who is the protector of the Queen. There is the I think he's called the Knife of Dunwall. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he is the assassin of the Queen, and that's one of the DLCs. You get to play that particular one. In the second game, you play the princess who came back to, well, who Corvo replaced on the throne, and she is the queen in the second game, and she gets well,
because she's all grown up now, isn't she?
Yeah, she's all grown up and all womanly and everything now, and she goes on her journey to take back the throne, and the DLC quest for that particular one. Hey, Wesley. The DLC quest for that one is Corvo's... Sorry, not Corvo's apprentice, the Knife of Dunwall's apprentice. Again, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But there's some very entertaining story twists within all this. And yeah, very, very enjoyable games. I mean, the second game wasn't very, very well received because it was quite buggy at launch. And a lot of people were expecting more from the game. And honestly, I wasn't. I quite liked it because it was, well, it was essentially just a different story in the same game. And I was completely prepared and okay with that. So I wasn't, I wasn't disappointed by it at launch.
If you're a fan of the first game, then it's a no-brainer that you'd be a fan of the second one, if they're that similar. But,
well, essentially, yeah, it is, yeah. It's the art assets don't change and things like that. A lot of people did think it was quite lazy. They were wanting more from it. But myself, it was, well, it was just a different story in the same damn game. And that's the way I looked at it. And as such, wasn't disappointed.
So, yes, I've been getting to grips with that again. I've started a brand new save file because I couldn't remember where I'd left off. And yeah, I'll be playing it and talking about it over the course of these next few shows. So yeah, we'll see how that goes anyway. What about yourself, Devious? What have you been playing recently?
Oh, myself? Well, I have I've taken a little break from Siege. Well, not really a break. I've still played it, but...
Well, then that's not really a break, then, is it?
I'm just not going to talk about it. So that counts as a break for me, okay? So, yeah, I've been playing Siege. In fact, there's something I want to show you. For those of you familiar with Siege, I downloaded a little wallpaper, which is, I find, particularly entertaining. Let's bring this to the side.
And just before you take that picture of the cat away, I've just noticed the little dragon symbol on his head.
Yeah, the little Skyrim dragon, yeah.
Skyrim
it's a beautiful little touch, isn't it?
It's nice. It's really nice. I do like that one.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke, your love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, week, your month, even your year. But I'll be there for you, 'cause I'm there for you.
Isn't that awesome? That's brilliant.
And that'll just keep looping. For
oh God, yeah, that'll keep looping. Yeah, so I'm going to go back to my kitty. Isn't that awesome? I love that. So yeah, I have been playing Siege, and apart from that little thing, I'm not going to talk about it. We all know about Siege. We all know it. Yeah, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
One thing I have been playing is Cluster Truck.
Oh yes, I saw you play that the other day on Steam. And
yep. I've played it.
So go on.
I've played it and completed it, and by God, that's hard. It is a very, very difficult game. Oh yeah, completed it. If you don't know, what Cluster Truck is, it's from it was published by Tiny Build. and it's a game about jumping on trucks. Yep, this is it. It's a jumping on trucks game. It's actually pretty cool. It's actually a whole lot of fun. I mean, seriously fun.
How much of your hair did you lose?
Oh god, shitloads. There was some. There was some points I thought I was just going to rage quit. Genuinely and honestly, I thought I was just going to quit.
But
I did.
persevered, though.
In one of the maps, I got 26th in the entire world.
Really?
Yeah. I kicked the ass out of that game on one of those maps. But yeah, so yeah, Cluster Truck is a very enjoyable game, and one of the reasons I got it is because we covered it on the Humble Bundle. Was it the
Yes.
There was two of them. There was the oh no, it wasn't. Was it the Indie Game Bundle from Bundle Stars? Because we covered two.
Yes.
We did Bundle Stars, and we also did the new Humble Bundle, which is I think Spooky Games. So it's quite possible it's the Bundle Stars one.
Ah.
Yes, it is. I've just checked. It is
Okay.
the Indie Bundle Legends 6 on Bundle Stars.
I knew it was on one of them.
It
Hey,
is-
Mimi.
It is just 3.29 of your English pounds.
That is not a bad little buy there for what it is.
Most definitely. I had a lot of fun on on this game, I really have to say. Hey Mimi, good to see you. I had so much fun on this game, and it is ridiculous and difficult, and there's a lot of flukes as well. So yeah,
A lot of.
you only just played Skyrim, Wesley. Well, doesn't have to be new; just has to be a new experience, Wesley.
Oh yeah,
That's the key to it. It's broadening your gaming horizons. Doesn't have to be a new game at all. Well, like
Oh, no.
Cluster Truck. Cluster Truck's been out quite a while now.
and Dishonored. Which,
Yeah, and Dishonored. Dishonored's been out a good few years.
yeah, 2014, I think. It could even have been earlier than that. Thinking about it.
Modding
So-
Skyrim. It is one of the most moddable games on PC, I believe. It is crazy moddable. But I think that's pretty much all my games. I mean, it really only has been 2 days.
Yes, exactly. So,
So,
no doubt you can play it a little bit more over the weekend.
oh no, I'm done with Cluster Truck. I'm not touching it again. It's going to get uninstalled. I'm done.
No,
Unless they bring out more
replayability.
maps for it, I am done. Totes.
Oh. Fair enough then.
But what I shall do is open the news.
Ah, yes, the meat of the show. And what is this?
The meat
A
and two veg.
sale?
It certainly is a sale. Oh my word! It is the QuakeCon Steam sale. Just when you thought your wallet was safe, there is yet another sale on.
Did you just say our show was like meat and two veg?
The meat and two veg of the show? Yes.
How dare you?
But yes, it's absolutely got some corkers in there. Yes, there is the Bethesda Classics. Well, the now closed Studio Classics. So don't expect
Yes.
support for that game because you won't be getting it from Bethesda. Elder Scrolls, Evil Within at $5. Wow,
That's not bad.
that's a corker. Fallout New Vegas. Return to Castle Wolfenstein in at a single pound or dollar pounds.
That I have some great memories. Remember playing that in, what was it, the early 90s or the early 2000s? I forget now. But
Well, this is 2. I think it's the modern version.
Oh, is it the modern version?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not the...
It's Return to Castle Wolfenstein.
No, because that was Return to Castle Wolfenstein, which was wasn't it the new blood or...
New Blood, yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't say New Blood there, so I'm going to assume that that's talking about the early 2000s rendition.
Yeah, Wolfenstein New Order is the newest one.
Yeah, the New Order and then Old Blood, sorry.
And that is currently on sale, 25% off. £11.
Nice and cheap.
But yes, there is also things like Fallout 1 and 2. I'm just looking through Steam right now. There is a heck of a lot. But yeah, there is the Wolfenstein release that is $1. That is Return to Castle Wolfenstein.
Yes.
Right here.
Which is... Let me have a look. And of course Steam is now for me.
And we already covered Quake Champions yesterday as well. Because Quake Champions is...
and have them play it out.
Oh, shit.
But Avic versus Vu.
That was actually the QuakeCon live stream that you heard briefly there before I stopped it. Yeah. I have Brink that's gone free to play. Skyrim is 50% off at $14. Prey, brand new game, is 50% off.
Came out earlier this year.
Fallout 4 is 33% off at £13. The season pass is at 23. I still think that's a bit steep. I would probably suggest checking out a...
Don't bother with the season pass.
Yeah, I'd check out maybe a CD key or something similar for that.
Yes, pay us some money so that when we decide what and if we're going to bring out any content for it in the future, you can already have paid for it. No, thank you. I'll keep the money in my pocket.
Right. Okay. We have Crackdown 3. It should have been announced later, Microsoft states.
Yes,
somehow not a surprise, really, to be honest with you. We've covered this over the past couple of days, and, well, to be fair, I'm okay with this. Now, hear me out. I know Crackdown is getting pushed back, so hear me out. Okay. The reason why I'm okay with this is simply because Microsoft have realized that, well, expectations were exceedingly high, and the hype train that Terry Crews and the marketing company have built, well, honestly, the game that they were going to release, they open-handedly feel that it wasn't going to reach the bar. And I'm okay with them taking it back and going, we want to make this game better. I'm totes cool with that, genuinely.
Absolutely. For a company to actually step up to the plate, hold their hand up and say, yes, okay, we've hyped this up beyond what the game is actually, what we feel it's capable of, and we want to bring it back in so we can, look to improve it, is a big step for Microsoft. So I'm actually happy that they've decided to make that decision.
And Decryptor says, can Terry Crews build a hype train? He is the damn hype train.
Yeah.
The thing about that is a certain Twitterer, again, this is another article that we covered, he went on Twitter and stated that this game wouldn't be anything at all. Nobody would be interested in this game if it wasn't for Terry Crews. And Terry responded directly with, get hyped, bitch. So then get hyped, bitch. So yeah, I mean,
Which is a very Terry Crews thing to say.
yeah, that was that was a very Terry Crews thing to say. And you know, he did go on to say, well, he wasn't saying the game was bad. He wasn't decrying the game. He was just stating that Terry Crews was the best thing about the game, kind of thing. And Microsoft have, you know, gone back to the drawing board. And I mean, what we saw of this game, it looked reasonably polished already.
I mean,
So-
trailers can make anything look good.
Yeah,
surely.
trailers can make anything look good, but I mean, if that was, again, was in-game footage that we were seeing, that was reasonably close to finish. So if they're taking it back and, you know, tweaking and making better and stuff like that, then fair play to them. It's always been, Crackdown 3 has always been one of those trash titles that's just essentially a tech demo. Look, this is what our console can do.
Yeah.
You know, just got
And
thrown out at
started on
launch.
Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Because it was actually, you actually got Crackdown 1 if you, I believe it was if you pre-purchased another game, or did it come free with the console when you bought the console? You would also get a copy of Crackdown.
I
to play
remember
on.
on the 360,
I can't remember which one it
I got
was.
Crackdown with the console. And that was on
With
the
the
360.
console, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was, you either got it with the console when you bought the console from new, or it was because you had pre-ordered.
Well,
one
it
of their
was also a
games or
standalone
something.
release. You could buy it separately as well. It's just that I got mine with the console.
Oh yeah, I remember getting my copy of Crackdown 1 with. I can't remember exactly whether it was with the console as part of another deal, but yeah, it was thrown in with something. I remember that much.
Well, with Crackdown out of the way. Oh yeah, another red faction would be pretty damn cool. In fact, I think I heard rumours that there was another red faction on the cards. But I don't know. We'll come back to that another time, because I've definitely heard things in the rumour mill about a red faction. As to what it was, I can't quite remember. Okay. Oh yeah, the destruction really was amazing. It really was. Red Faction Armageddon with the little unicorn gun as well. That was so... I loved that game. I really did. But anyway, yes, we've covered before about Shadow of War and its recent bringing in of microtransactions. Yeah. We weren't too pleased about this. But we were okay as long as, you know, it was pretty much cosmetic. Thing is, it turns out it isn't. Especially because I am told that endgame content is actually going to be PvP, in a sense similar to Metal Gear Solid, and how at the end of the game you could go and raid other people's platforms, and they could either be there or not be there. So essentially you raid someone else's base. That content, I'm told, is going to be in the game in this one as well. It's going to have a base raiding mechanic.
So at the end of the game, you will have your own little orc army. And what it's going to do when you log out, the armies are going to, you know, you'll have a base of sorts, and you'll have other people invading your base for things like resources or points, as to, you know, and they're going to look to try and take those points. Now, with the orc army that you've got, basically you can get different looking orcs, but also more powerful orcs as well. Now, these are going to be basically in things such as loot boxes, which you will buy with real money. You can just play the game and do it that way as well, but you can pay real money in not quite such a microtransaction, if not more than a micro wager, because there's no guarantees of you getting the product or the item that you hope to get. It's going to be completely random, like the Overwatch loot boxes. You're going to open it up, and the item you're going to want is either going to be there or not be there.
I mean, this is the worst kind of thing, because it's not... I mean, it's trying to be pay to skip, but there's no guarantee. You know, there's no... You can get legendary orcs from these chests. I mean, you can get the best things in the game from these war chests. So, yeah, I'm just... I need more information on it, but so far I very, very much dislike it. I have no problem with pay to skip, because there could be guys and girls out there working incredibly long hours that want to enjoy their game but just don't have that time, you know, that 100 hours, 60 hours or whatever to plow into that game. They just don't have that time because of real life commitments. And that's that's fine. That's life. That's what we deal with all the time. So having a way for these people to get their things and use their hard-earned cash in order to do it, then that's only a good thing. But it's... My only question is, are you orcs with similar on par stats you can get without playing an RNG box? Honestly, I don't know the exact stats of the beasties. I don't know the exact stats of the orcs. All I know is that you can get legendaries.
Yeah.
Which are the best people, the best orcs in the game. Now, you can either go and punch these orcs in the face and defeat them in-game, or...
Yeah, you track them down and defeat them in-game, and that's how you normally acquire them.
Or you can get them via a loot box, yeah.
There you go.
And it's honestly, it's about the worst way you could put it in, to be honest with you. Not only is it a random chance...
Yeah, so you're not guaranteed to get anything good. You pay in hopes to get something good, but there's no guarantees to that. You could end up with, well, shit, basically. And then you get that, oh, just one more try syndrome. Oh, I'm sure if I just buy one more, it'll give me it then. And then you buy one more. And perhaps you don't get it then, and you, oh, just one more. I'll just do one more, and you know, it's basically it's taking advantage of people in your player base who may be at risk of that kind of mentality. You know, gambling addictions and things like that. Now, it is gambling, but let's not you know say that it's not, because it is effectively gambling. However, gambling is normally controlled by strict codes of conduct, which features things like age limits and things like that to be introduced on. This, however, has none of those restrictions.
It's it does concern me. It does concern me a lot. And I personally am going to look deeper into this and get a better idea. Because, again, I don't mind it if the online proportion of the online portion of the game is completely optional. If it's just sort of like an online thing that you can choose to do, same as you do in Metal Gear 5, same as that, it's completely optional, it doesn't matter, then I'm fine. I'm totally cool with it. If it's completely optional. Same as Watch Dogs. Watch Dogs was optional as well.
Opt-out, a bit of like option, then fine.
If there's that, I'm totally and completely cool with it. I don't mind at all. If it's not, then I'm going to have an issue with it. But just so you guys know, Warner Brothers Interactive are crowbarring this into here, and this is a thing. So if there's a very difficult kind of part of this, I mean, I really want this game. I loved the original, which was very, very undersold. It ended up becoming a cult classic when you could pick it up for like £3. You know, so It was a massively popular game way after its time. It was a complete failure at launch. But I definitely want this game.
As do I, but I
Very
don't
concerned with
fancy.
its loot chest thing going on.
I don't fancy entertaining any of its PvP content because that's not what I'm interested in.
Mm. And it is technically gambling for money because it's you buy a thing and you get a chance for it. Exactly how this gets past gambling laws in the UK, I'm going to have to look into.
I really don't know, but it shouldn't.
Mm.
It's probably just because the legislation hasn't been brought up to the modern day. That's probably, how it is.
It's quite possible, yeah. It just hasn't been modernized. So these mobile games, and it's incredibly common in mobile games, the buying of X digital currency, like be it coins or gems or diamonds or whatever the hell it is, actual paid for currency, giving you a shortcut in game, that's fine. That's paid to skip. Buying a currency to then have a chance at something, a gamble box. I'm a bit weird on that, I've got to say.
I mean, it's the exact same kind of thing you get in Overwatch, where you buy a bunch of loot boxes and then you hope to get a skin or something cool out of one of those boxes that you haven't already got. The trouble with that is, up until this point, you could just get duplicates in those boxes, things that you've already got, and then it gives you an pittance amount of in-game currency, gold, to put into a stash, so that once you gain enough of this currency, you can then go buy the item that you want with the in-game currency. Now, why, I'm not entirely happy with that system. Even in other games such as Overwatch, it looks like this is now a main staple of the games developer, repertoire of microtransactions and
for
loot
me,
boxes.
it's greed.
And
I'm much more cynical
DLC.
than that, dude. I'm much more
of
cynical.
course it is. Of course it is. I mean, they're not doing it to, for the love of their product or to, please their fan base. They're doing it in order to get as much money out of their fans as is possible. And okay, you don't have to buy loot boxes. You do earn them as you level up. But, the fact that, you have the option if, you really think that, oh, yeah, I've got a spare, however much money, I want to put this and just gamble it and see if I get that item, And it is absolutely online gambling. There's no guarantees of you getting anything that you want. And then you buy 3 loot boxes, you walk away and it's all duplicates, or it's all sprays and voice lines or something that you don't really want. And then it just leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
It certainly does. So I'm definitely going to keep an eye on this. But as for other dark, shadowy news, moving on to something kind of slightly insane. Anybody remember Metal Gear Survive? This batshit crazy game, these zombie unicorns, was announced at the time that Hideo Kojima and, in essence, pretty much the entire Fox team were rather unceremoniously leaving Konami. So, yeah, not really that great, but they released they teased a survival game with these very, very weird zombie unicorns. And it turns out that, it's going to be sort of a true survival game. It is going to have farming. It is going to have resources, and it's going to have crafting. Such things, hashtag fuck Konami. Such things we knew were going to be in the game anyway, but not quite to this extent. It's going to be quite a lot more survival focused than we originally thought. We originally thought it was just going to be, a quick skirt around the mission area, collect a couple of things, and then hold a defense. Turns out it's not going to be that way. Turns out it's going to be a little bit deeper than that. Well, yes, essentially, Decryptor. This is Metal Gear Solid 5 Zombies. Is pretty much the best way to describe it. It's Metal Gear Solid 5 Zombies. Except they're not zombies, they're weird crystal
unicorns,
things. Yeah.
Men.
So anyway, here's a little thing. Now, we're not going to watch the full 45 minutes of it, we're just going to skip into a couple of parts. But Star Citizen, if you are not familiar with it by now, is one of the biggest games, I shit you not, of the decade. This game has had funding from crowdfunding of over 80 million. Oh, I know, no one's played it, it's not out yet. It is in development. Essentially, what they did is they started a crowdfund, or the lead developer, I remember his first name's Robert, or is it Robertson? Either Robert or Robertson. But anyway, the lead dev originally worked on games like, what was it called? Wing Commander. Wing Commander 3. Hi, Difficult. Good to see you.
Hey, Difficult.
Yes, and they finally... Oh, God, Gangster. Yes. Add another zero. It's 80 million.
$80 million?
Yes, 80 million. It's monstrous, the funding that they've had behind this. They did start off with well, I say reasonable. It was something like between 3 to 5 million for their Kickstarter. But people kept giving them money. They wanted this game so much. They wanted this idea so much that people have kept giving them money, and they've had to massively expand the game, ridiculously expand the game, in order to try and meet expectations. So they've split the game into 3 sort of components. You have the space flight thing, you have a combat sort of like ground PvP FPS style thing, and you also have a planet exploration side of things. And this could be everything that everybody wanted from No Man's Sky. But let's take a look and see what the
There are tons of
the
new variants,
actual
and
thing is.
so we know that item 2.0, to those who are new, old citizens, that's one of the new things that are
What'd
coming.
you just call me?
You just called him old?
Happy birthday!
How
How many
old
viewers
citizen?
are there right now? He just called you old in front of.
Between Twitch and YouTube, there's like 6,000
That's
people watching.
brutal, Meyer.
Oh my God.
Cold as ice.
Okay, happy birthday!
I'm
by
as
the way.
old as ice.
I think you lost me. Yeah, a little bit.
But I mean, like citizens who they've been around the block. They know what's coming in 3.0.
I got you.
basically.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
right
okay,
in front.
Okay, so
So-
you're gonna try. What are you gonna try?
Season.
You're
All
gonna
right,
try
so I'm just
a.
gonna move I'll up power and
You're
then-
gonna try
yeah.
a high orbit transfer.
Yep. All right, so I'm just gonna stop.
Oh,
I can safely say this has probably
Power.
never been attempted.
Power up the engine,
All right, there we go. Oh,
if we can.
oh, slow it down.
oh, nice.
Clutch.
Oh, it would peak your microphones, peoples. Oh, your speakers.
But where I was going with that is that, so we know that the ships are modular. We know that all the different components within the ships, that, you can remove them, you can
All right, so
change
I'm
them,
gonna
you can mix and
power
match them. Well,
down
it seems like that's the same thing with the armor as well. So
Yep.
this suit of armor, the orange one, we've seen somebody wearing like a blue one. So the undersuit was completely different.
Yes.
I mean, what was the same but different color? But also the things around him, the pipes, they were all so different. But he also
All right,
had
so
elements
I'm
that
gonna
were the
stop right
same.
here.
So yeah, it was pretty cool.
And
Yeah.
when you get out, I'm
Eventually,
gonna
you'll be able to mix and
hop
match
in
all
this
the
knock
pieces
to
of
come
the
do it.
various armors.
Right.
Trying to open the back door. Which is not
It probably
really
knows
working.
what you're trying to do, and it's protecting you.
Well, then why don't you just open the side door?
Look at that view, though. Just
Yeah.
looking out the back of the Cutlass.
Ah, there's the Cutlass spacecraft.
turn it on.
I feel like this is.
Boom.
I don't want to get blown up though, so let's make it work. I'm gonna go through the side door.
All right.
Oh, most definitely. This will be a dream come true to
DJ, trying to go out the side door.
It's not a bug, it's a feature.
It's
not a bug, it's a feature.
He just made it out the side door. Gamble is still trying to find his way out.
I mean,
I feel like this needs some music. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. DJ's out. DJ's successfully
Okay,
escaped.
we've got someone outside.
So now
Let's skip forward.
This is going to be
Now
fun.
they're making it down to
This is going to be fun.
the planet.
We just turned this into Star Citizen Plutog.
This is going to be a
Go
problem.
to third person. Go to third person. Go to third person.
Oh! Saved! Saved!
So that's DJ Knight demonstrating the new
That's gorgeous.
grav lab
Falling
technology.
with style the right way.
I could use a little help though.
Meanwhile, Sergeant Gamble.
So yes,
How's it going, Gamble?
you're going to be able to do
you know,
interplanetary drops right onto the planets and things like that. So
I'm enjoying.
it looks pretty sweet, let's face it. It does look pretty darn awesome.
It looks amazing, is what it looks, but I really hope it isn't going to be as disappointing as perhaps other titles in that genre as someone said in chat, No Man's Sky, and that is what I'm scared of.
Most definitely. I think populating these planets is going to be difficult because No Man's Sky, there is, well, thousands of the same animal on each planet. But this is going to be, I'm told, a persistent universe, and that's going to be the difficult thing. So, yeah, there is some rather cool things happening in this game. Hopefully it won't go the same way as No Man's Sky, but honestly, Star Citizen has so many development teams behind it, and it is so well funded. It would be amazing if they dropped the ball on this one. It really would be, because they have more money than God right now.
Don't underestimate the foolishness of some of these dev teams.
Oh yeah, no, I do agree with you there. And again, you know, it doesn't come as a surprise to anybody to know that I am a cynic. But the lead dev essentially wanted to create Wing Commander 3, but for the modern generation, for the modern gaming world. And so far, I have to say, I haven't seen much in the way of story, which is known as Squadron 42, but it's going to have a huge single-player campaign where you get to save the world and all that kind of stuff, which is awesome. Lots and lots of things to do. It's going to be, for the sci-fi thing, it's going to be the game of games again for this generation.
As far as I'm aware, Decryptor, it will just be for the PC.
I think so too. For the time being, it is just PC. So, for those of you wanting to know what the next stage of Half-Life will be, you could read it if you so wished, and you can read it as a gender swapped fanfic, because the ex-Valve writer has published Half-Life 2 Episode 3 synopsis as a gender-swapped fanfic. So, that's a thing.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, again, if you guys want to read these things, or, delve deeper into these particular nuggets of information we bring you, feel free to join the Discord, and in the sources channel is everything that we cover. So if you want to go over something, if you want to watch this full gameplay demo, you can. If you want to go and read this entire short story written by the ex-Valve writer, you can go and do that. So, yeah, if this is your thing, if this tickles your fancy, then please feel free. Aha! Crypt of the Necrodancer devs reveal the new game.
Ooh.
Mother 9, I'm dropping in.
Copy that. Slab C-43 is all yours.
In-engine footage.
Welcome to Titan.
HQ, this is Cab 6. Traffic down here is a mess. You need these isotopes today, you better send a bird.
That's a negative. Birds are busy. Make it happen.
Unidentified vessel. This combat is unsanctioned. Post your war bond or face judgment. War bond received. You may proceed.
So, this is SimCity cross between Eve?
Kinda, yeah. It is an industrial city building sim kind of thing. I mean, again, this is all in-engine footage stuff. But if SimCity is your thing, then, well, this is...
SimCity in space.
Yeah, pretty much. And Titan is, scientifically speaking, one of the most viable planets there. You know, it's got a lot of hydrogen gas resources and things like that. So yeah, it's theoretically viable.
So, particularly one to look out for in the future.
And on to my buddy here's almost favourite topic.
Oh, goodness. Here we go. Okay, so if you haven't already heard, folks, the new changes to Overwatch's favourite character, or at least the fan base's favourite character, Mercy. She
Mercy is waifu.
has, well, for a lot of people, indeed she is. That's no joke. They have announced the changes that are coming to Mercy, to a PTR near you very, very soon. The way that Mercy works, basically,
Yes.
they weren't happy with it. They weren't happy with once she gets her ultimate, she runs away and hides somewhere and tells the rest of the team to all go die, effectively. So what Blizzard have done is they've changed the way that Mercy works and taken away from her ultimate. Now, she still keeps a small piece of this ultimate, and it brings into her new E ability, where every 30 seconds she will be able to res one person from her team.
So she's gone from a full team res down to a single person res.
Yes. It's on a 30-second cooldown and will only be one person, and she has to be very close to that corpse in order to resurrect it. She will also no longer be invulnerable whilst resing. Okay, so because they've taken away her main ability, which was her res, her ultimate, they've given her a brand new ultimate. And now Mercy lives out her dream of being an Apache attack helicopter. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly what she has become. I'm just going to have a quick look, because I think there was a rather nice GIF that I posted on one of the forums this morning that I think is rather apt. Here we go. Let's just post this in the chat. Sorry about this. I'm still working off one monitor. And that's the wrong thing entirely. Fantastic. Right, let's do that. And that's that. If you want to bring that up on the screen, you can perhaps see that.
Who made the original Ultima? That was Origin Systems, I think. Give it a Google. The original Ultima game.
So yeah, she can fly around, and her ultimate now increases all of her other abilities that she can do. So when healing, her healing beam streams out, if you like a forked lightning, and heals everyone within a certain range of the main target you're healing. So effectively, you can heal the entire team at once with this ability. You can also power increase everyone in the same way with just one click of the mouse. So effectively, her ult is now an Orisa ultimate, where she can power spike everyone in the team. Her weapon also has an increased rate of fire and no longer requires any reloading or ammunition, so she can just fire at will as quickly as she likes from her gun, which turns her into an attack helicopter of death. She'll be flying around, shooting you in your head, and you'll find it very difficult or awkward to shoot back.
Great, another Junkrat killer.
Pretty much. However, she is still fairly squishy, only 200 health, and she no longer has any form of invulnerability. However, she will start to regain health again very quickly if you don't keep pouring the DPS on her. So she does have the ability to do quite a lot of damage in that mode. Oh, and her resurrection ability, her E, when she's doing her ultimate, has a 10-second cooldown from 30 seconds. So if you're a smart Mercy, what you'll do is you'll use your resurrection spell on a fallen teammate. You will then pop your ult, which will instantly refresh the cooldown on your resurrection. You will then resurrect another teammate, and then you will fly around giving death and basically unpleasantries to the enemy team for 10 seconds, and then you will be able to pop your ult again. Pop your E, your resurrection again, because of the reduced cooldown.
I agree, Hess. She is way more fun to play now because, again, the way she used to be played, the way she still is right now, is that Mercy would hide behind something and try to heal her teammates as best as she could, wait for everybody to die, then dash out and pop your ult to try and resurrect everybody. And if you died in sort of like bits, like spits and spats, sort of like, every, 15, 20 seconds a teammate would die, you just have to revive just one or two people. So, yeah.
Yes. Thank you for noticing, Vicky. And yes, kids, don't do drugs. Basically, yes, it's going to be much, much difficult for her to undo.
Much difficult, yeah.
The entire hard work of your entire team with a single button press, all in less than half a second.
I don't believe it resets. I believe it just shortens the cooldown.
Yes, it will reset the revive on her E. If you
can revive
someone,
pop ult,
and then
revive,
hit your ult, and then you can revive someone, and then it goes on a 10-second
cooldown instead of 30. Gotcha.
Yes. So, but normally when she's not ulting, and that ulti lasts for about 20-25 seconds. I forgot to actually write down how long her ult lasts, but it does last a fairly considerable amount of time. Hang on, I'm just trying to see there from that. It's about 20 seconds from the looks of that GIF. So, yeah, she can fly about for about 20 seconds and just deal a lot of damage and a lot of healing. And she's going to be a lot more fun to play, but she's also going to be a little bit easier to play against because she won't be able to res a full team if you do manage to make that magic happen.
Now, moving on, Final Fantasy 15 will have Steam Workshop support and run on older PCs.
Fantastic.
pretty darn awesome.
So this is if you like your boy bands and your flying cars and...
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the monster truck mod that we saw for it?
Yeah, we saw that too. I will be getting this game. What do they mean older? Essentially, it just means that they don't have any kind of like proprietary tech in here. I mean, I think as long as you have a DX11 card, then you're gonna be good. Supporting will be possible considering the spec that you need level with native 4K and HDR. That's good 60 GTX 1080 Ti, and even with that, 60 frames is not possible. They haven't posted a minimum spec in this article. But I believe that, hang on, didn't we cover it? Didn't we cover the spec requirements of this? Dang it.
Would have been a while ago.
Yeah, that's something I'm going to have to quickly, I'm going to have to run through and check out.
Well, we can come back to that.
Because it's, this whole thing has been kind of vague. They've never actually gone on paper and said, yep, we're bringing Final Fantasy 15 to PC, apart from sort of like last week where it came to light. It's only ever been hinted that, you know, well, we're thinking about PC, you know. But so far, things have gone a little bit more positive in the fact that, yes, we are now developing for PC. And exactly what they mean by older PCs is I'm not too sure. Again, essentially, that just means they're just not using high-end tech and things like that. They're just going to use perhaps things like tessellation, maybe, which I believe the 360 and PS4 is capable of, so tessellation is a reasonable technology to have. So, yeah. Honestly, Decryptor, I think your PC will be fine. 970s, yeah. I think you'll be okay. SLI may be an issue, but on that note,
I've got the article up from the other day when we said that Final Fantasy 15 is coming to PC next year. However, it does not give any details of system requirement specs or anything like that. So
that's a shame. Well, we'll just have to wait for the full-on legit spec list, because so far we don't have a whole lot, but they have said that there will be mods, and well, I guess more specifically, Final Fantasy 15 director says nude mods are up to the moral sense of the community.
So basically, not up to them. They're not going to police that then.
Well, believe it or not, there is already nude mods on console. There is. There is definitely a nude mod for this particular character.
So
exactly, what is moral sense? What's that?
If you also want to be a creepy little pervert, you can get your mods.
Oh, and see all your spiky-haired boy band team strutting around in very, very little. You can have that too. This is what mods do, people. They're for everybody. How about a tiny little bit of tech? Corsair closes out this summer with deep discounts on refurbs. Now, honestly, normally I wouldn't say go for a refurb. Honestly. But there are some pretty good deals here. You know, close to 50% off on these things. And these are basically, you know, things that have been returned, repaired, and are now being resold. So you could get yourself a practically brand new piece of kit in PSUs, mice, keyboards, headsets, and storage. All the things. You can get yourself an absolute steal. And, well, if you're in the need for maybe a new headset or perhaps I don't know, a new mouse or a keyboard, something similar, you know, I'd say take a look. I'm not going to look into it right here and right now, but there are some good deals from what I've seen.
Yes, the back to school sale.
And continuing with that, the best Amazon UK bank holiday PC gaming deals. Now, all this
may
is
not apply to for those of our audience who are not currently in the UK.
Yeah, well, the thing is sort of like that. You know, we've got everywhere has bank holidays, so to speak, and all this is to milk the students of their hard-earned loan money and offer them a cheap alternative. Oh look, there's an Alienware and you can get a whole £100 off it, 150 quid.
Wow, sign me up.
Yeah. It's still 2,000 fucking pounds. The fuck? Seriously. Dell and Alienware. And speaking of which, Dell may utilize Alienware brand to attack sub $1,000 mid-range laptop market. How about now? How about you keep your trashy, overpriced laptops?
Yup.
How about now? I mean, I don't want any of this. I don't care if you... I tell you what, I will care if you can get me a 1080 i7 laptop for under £1,000. Then we can talk, Alienware. Then we can talk. But up until that point, you are overpriced and you are bad. Simply because you're owned by Dell for the most part.
And you should feel bad.
Most definitely.
Well, basically, you are paying for some pretty lights in the name that's on the...
Speaking of paying for pretty lights in a name, holy buttons, Batman. The Razer Wolverine Ultimate controller.
And that's a flashy controller, isn't it?
Oh, my word. It has fully replaceable thumbsticks and D-pad. All these puppies are interchangeable with soft dome typed or convex and flat types. Oh yes, this is the new Elite. And I don't know how you're supposed to reach the M1 and M2 buttons.
Well, hopefully you would have some fairly long fingers by the looks of it.
And
what the hell
M4,
are those
M3,
buttons?
M5 and 6, yeah. I mean, hell, this has got more buttons than my MMO mouse.
Holy shit.
Actually, I think it almost has. You got clicks in there as well.
Yeah, because each of the analog sticks you'll be able to press in.
That's right on top.
You got the D-pad. You've got the
18 buttons.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, because that's one. So okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It does. It has more buttons than my MMO mouse.
11, 12.
It really genuinely does.
There's 12 on the top and the back alone.
It has more buttons than my MMO mouse, and I've got 12 buttons on the side. Holy crap. Right. I can see you asking in chat there, how much? Let's see if they've actually got a price for it yet.
Yeah, I'm just
because this has only just been announced, guys, so yeah, there is not a price for it, unfortunately.
I can't find a buy now button anywhere.
Yeah. It is a notify at the moment.
It's a notify me of
notify when
this
it's in.
product becomes available, yeah. But
God
I
has,
can
yeah.
easily see this being well over.
It's from
$80.
Razer. It's gotta be. There's no way this is
Well
coming in
over
at under
$80.
$100. No way. Yes, it is PC compatible decryptor. It is most definitely for Xbox and PC. I think most are. Whether they claim it to be or not, the new architecture of the Xbox One allows it to work on PC also, just because of it's a Windows architecture that it works on. So, yeah. Damn, this is all the shinies. if I had a controller, I definitely think I'd be considering this puppy. This is a bit of a beast.
It is an impressive bit of kit, but I feel that the price tag attached to it will also be equally as impressive.
Oh, hell yeah. Again, it's a razor piece of kit. And hey, Buttercup, by the way, good to see you. Wow, it's a bit of a beast. And like I say, this controller has more buttons than my MMO mouse. That's incredible. And I don't even know what these switches do. I didn't count those.
I bet they're turbo switches. Do you remember?
Yeah.
You remember on the old consoles?
Oh, yeah.
Turbo switches, man.
Right. So moving back away from tech, back into the sort of gaming area of things. Well, yeah, it would be nice to have a poke around inside the Xbox One X, most definitely. But yeah, the Darkwood creators have uploaded the full game to Pirate Bay so everybody can play it.
Oh,
the developers felt bad that some players were forced to refund the game. I wonder what this is about. Top-down horror game Darkwood is one of the creepiest things I've played in a long time, which I didn't really expect. I mean, how scary can a game be if it doesn't immerse you directly into its world, right? But everything about its wretched and pestilent and its brilliant use of environmental audio cues. Oh my God, Devious, put your teeth in. Audio cues has me constantly looking over my shoulder to see if there's something actually there. I'm not far enough into the game to render any kind of final judgment, but I've made it through 4 nights, and so far it's really good. And it's also not terribly expensive, going for $15, £12, €14.
Well, if it's on Pirate Bay, I would argue that it's now cheaper than that.
Which I think is pretty reasonable for a niche indie game. But if that's out of your reach, you can play it anyway, because developer Acid Wizard Studio has uploaded the whole thing to Pirate Bay. It says in quotes, Steam lets you refund a game if you haven't played it for more than 2 hours. And as a developer, we can see the reason why people refunded it. When we read the explanation from someone who wrote that he needed to refund because he didn't want his parents to be stressed out when seeing the bill at the end of the month, it made us feel quite bad, the studio explained. So we decided to do something about it. If you don't have the money and want to play the game, we have a safe torrent on the Pirate Bay of the latest version of Darkwood 1.0 Hotfix 3, completely DRM free. There is no catch. No added pirate hats for characters or anything like that. We've just one request. If you like Darkwood and want us to continue making games, consider buying it in the future. Maybe on sale through Steam, GOG, or Humble Store. That makes me just want to go and buy this game because I want to support that kind of thinking. That's fucking brilliant. Sorry for the swears, guys, but this is an 18+ stream. Fucking good on you.
That is very forward-thinking, and god damn, they're trusting people. I have a fear that they may not see any good things come out of that.
Well, but I think I'm definitely going to buy this game, without a doubt. No catch, but one request. Please don't buy it through a key reselling site. By doing that, you're just feeding the cancer that is leaching off the industry. I don't normally like to provide people links to pirate sites, but since this torrent is being provided by the developer, here you go. If you haven't already seen it, you can check out some Darkwood gameplay in the launch trailer below. Acid Wizard also recently took part in a very lengthy AMA. We're afraid to play horror games, so we quit our jobs and made one on Reddit. So let's take a look at the actual game itself. Most definitely, Vicky. Most definitely.
Oh, it's old Grand Theft Auto 1 style.
Yeah, top down. You took the words right out of my mouth, Decryptor. I was just about to say, not only is he a wolf, but he's got a fucking AK. Holy shit. That is somebody to be very wary of.
You expected him to take his time over it? The top down is very cool.
I do like the use of shadows and lighting angles and things like that. That was really
nice. It plays like a Dungeons and Dragons map on Roll20 or something with dynamic lighting.
That's what banging is. I've been waiting for you. Nope. 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 I've got to say, that looks pretty damn awesome. And the developers to upload the game for the people that can't afford it, with just nothing more than an integrity check, just saying, please don't get it from a key site. Wow.
Buy it in future when you can. Yeah.
I'm gonna get that game. I'm gonna get that game just for their to make up for the people that can't afford it. The link will be in sources, Decryptor. So again, remember to join the Discord, and you can go through all the sources. Thank you, Vicky. That's very kind. Vicky pretending to be the bot there. Yes, hashtag best bot. Yeah, Rocket League. This isn't a big thing, but I know Rocket League is quite popular on Mixer, so I thought I'd drop this in. Rocket League is essentially dropping its non-standard maps for the Season 6, which a lot of people will be very, very happy with. A lot of the high-end players absolutely hate the weird shit maps that, you know, all the undulating surfaces and things like that, where they can't calculate bounces quite as easily and things. They will be removing the non-standard maps. The studio listed 3 points that drove it in to make the change. As an esport, We think standardization is important and necessary to provide a level playing field and foster consistent competition across all skill levels and events. The success of Rocket League as an esport, means that the variety of non-standard maps we're meant to inject into the pro scene is no longer needed or appropriate. Non-standard arenas have been extremely divisive. And that's very true. You genuinely either do love them or loathe them. And the alternate layouts we devised simply didn't add enough strategy to offset the corresponding loss in predictability and muscle memory.
I mean, for example, on a competitive sport field for any other sport like football or American football or something else like that, you wouldn't, for example, have a pitch or a field on the side of a hill, would you?
Yeah. Yeah, most definitely. And it does state here, the release for this particular autumn update hasn't been announced, but it's, this is the developers' plans. Monster Hunter World will get free DLC with new quests. What the criminy?
This game isn't even out yet.
Yeah, and they're already talking about free DLC? This is insane. Yeah, but I'm all for free DLC because that's a thing that CD Projekt Red did. In order to keep the hype train flowing, so to speak, they drip-fed smaller amounts of DLC, completely free DLC, in order to tide consumers over until the big DLC drops. Actually, no. I mean, again, Decryptor, there are other companies that have released free DLC, and again, it's a handy tool to keep interest in the game, to keep people coming back to your game, because if there's a sort of like a 6-month gap in between release and your first big content drop, of extra levels and so on and so forth, then free DLC is great to have to keep things going. Keep your community interested in your game so they don't drop the game and then move on.
Exactly. I was just about to say, surely if it's DLC that's been announced to come with the game before the game has even been released, surely that's not DLC at all. That's just part of the game.
Yeah, well, normally you'd think that, but that's DLC practices now. Now they actually cut things out of your game to allow you to buy it back, essentially.
And yet there's no discount given on the base game itself for that.
Yeah. And, again, there's not a whole lot, we can say about this. It really is just sort of like, it's a nice thing that they're doing it. It feels like you're getting something back, but honestly, it's just a stopgap. Honestly, Decryptor, there were no games that were really bug-free. It's just that you couldn't release a patch for it. And because you couldn't release a patch for it, you had to spend lots and lots of extra hours in bug fixing and fault finding. Now, because you can release patches for it, you don't need to. Games are kicked out of the door really early, ridiculously early. And because you can just patch it out. Yeah. One-day patches are a thing. They are genuinely a thing for us now.
Yeah, that's a fairly standard practice.
Oh, Become Queen Reigns. Her Majesty due out this year. Okay. Reigns Her Majesty is the game. I haven't heard of this, but apparently it's a thing on mobile games. But this is a PC version. So let's take a look at what the hell this thing is.
So you're saying it's an iOS?
It's a what game?
It's a iOS...
Yeah, this game, I believe, the original game, I think there may be 2 games. And as I understand it, the original was released on handhelds. But this is a PC release. So let's take a look.
Ipakori, Zokoki.
Sefraran Piralala.
Oh, please, cool at the cat.
It is okay. So it's the Tumblr of
it's
swipe right and swipe left for
yeah. What is it? What's that dating app?
Oh, sorry, not Tumblr.
Tinder.
Tinder. There
Yes.
we go. It's the Tinder of decision games. Swipe left and swipe right for decision. I don't
Really? They're bringing this to PC?
Tumblr of games. Well, yeah, there's actually a lot of those, Vicky. Tumblr is always at the back of my mind, like a haunting shadow. But anyway, moving on. Yes, the Tinder of games, where you swipe left or right to manage your city.
Is this what they believe the PC market needs right now?
You know, I honestly don't know. I'm going to reserve judgment on this because, I mean, it looks kind of okay. I mean, this does not really give you much. It honestly doesn't.
Because I might go out on a limb here and say there are dozens, literally dozens of better games on Steam.
Okay. No, I'm gonna have to look into this game because this really shows me nothing of how it plays or what it's about and things like that. I mean, I like the concept of you know, easily swiping left and right to make your decisions, but still, what's the game about?
I believe I have seen this sort of thing on popular YouTube videos.
Okay.
And yeah, basically you're just managing a kingdom and you're given very cryptic sort of decisions to basically quickly make up your mind on, and you have to swipe either left or right to agree or deny the request or the decision or whatever it is. Prompts, thank you. And basically based on some sort of factor, I don't know what that factor is, but whether you prosper or whether you know, are dethroned, basically.
Honestly, I think I'd rather play this on mobile.
Well, honestly, I don't think I'd play it, to be fair.
But you're not wrong, Decryptor. I agree with your comment. First Tinder I might actually get a match in. I'd actually have to have Tinder in the first fucking place, to be honest with you. But yeah. Now, here's something for all you JRPG lovers, which, again, myself included in this. Secrets of Mana is getting a PC remake. How awesome is that? I'm loving the fact that these people are now turning around and go, for all these years, we've missed the PC market. This has been my argument all along, right? Why have a console exclusive and just, like, not release it on PC? You're completely annihilating an entire market. You're completely just ignoring it and negating it. And now everybody's releasing their shit on PC and going, holy shit, we can make money over here. Yay!
Yeah.
This is brilliant.
I've never understood why they do that.
What's a sword doing here? I don't think I would have made it here without you two.
So yeah, very cutesy looking JRPG by the looks of it.
Coming February next year. Pre-order now and receive Snuggies and cat costumes. Yay.
There's an old one I wish they'd remake, which was called Skies of Arcadia, and I used to love that. Yeah, I played that back on, what was it? It was on Dreamcast at the time I played it. But yeah, I've always wanted a remake on PC of that game, and they've never done it. But it's very much in this sort of cutesy, cartoonish JRPG style.
I've seen boxes with more polygons than that, so I'll pass on the bikini. Or the two-piece, as it's called. So, yeah, I mean, it's got... I genuinely like my old school JRPGs. That's what I grew up on, you know, so I do have a bit of a soft spot for them. Whether I'm looking back with rose-tinted glasses, I don't know, but I just like a good story every now and again. Is that so wrong?
Yeah. Well, they normally have fairly good stories to them.
Yeah, they really, really do. But that brings us, rather awesomely, to the end of the show. And with just one more thing to add.
Yes. Oh, how wonderful.
Some epic fails and funny moments.
Here we go!
This is a little bit delayed.
A little bit.
Suck my nuts!
Do you realise what you're doing?
No. I'm lying on top of a table.
No, you're not.
What?
You're fucking...
What can I say? Sometimes siege physics is a bit squiffy. Especially on console, for some strange reason. Yeah, what physics?
Mancano 10 secondi.
What the hell? Pavimento rinforzato!
What the hell? Won't be the first time I've seen that.
Over that door, I'm gonna lock to check in. I've got 2 locked in. C4. And he just C4 his teammate.
Come on, man. It's 2 of the helmet, you've got 3 kills. He's fucking pish.
Heap.
Oh dear.
God, I love the physics in Siege.
Is this why you stopped playing? Was it?
Oh!
Be advised, Op 4 has located a bomb. Surprise! One friendly operator. Op 4 eliminated. Successful.
Hello.
Okay.
Hey, open that up for me, Crow, will you? Oh, no.
Oh my goodness.
Never!
Hey!
Op 4 eliminated.
Son of a bitch!
Get a shot and I'll go for the knife kill.
5 seconds.
Oh! Das ist nicht dein Ernst.
There are so many team kills in this game. Honestly, this happens all the time.
Hello there.
Ouais.
Et
Attends,
bandit,
vous surtout ne
droite,
bouge
à
pas.
droite. Je bouge pas.
What?
What?
Mais j'ai lancé la grenade tout au bout.
Watch this, I've seen this
Qu'est-ce
before.
que... Oh mec!
Fuck.
T'as balancé sur le
Non, mec, elle est bien allée tout au long, mais la grenade, elle est revenue.
I've actually done that. No, I am guilty of one of those.
Op 4 a trouvé une bombe.
Shut the fuck up!
What to do one more fucking time.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much for Game Sprout for giving us these things. But if you want to watch the whole thing, please go to the channel. Please check them out. And the link, as always, will be in the Sources channel. But that brings us to the end of the show. And I guess I think we're going to host somebody. But first, Willie, who the hell are you? And thank you, Vicky. Just as I was saying it. Willie, who the hell are you and where can people find you?
Well, you can find more of me on Mixer. I am known as One-Eyed Willie, and I sometimes frequent some of the streams of other people and basically talk random bullshit and have some jollies with them. You can also find more of what I do on my podcast, which is www.howweroll.com. howwerollpodcast.com, actually, if I remember the if I remember the L correctly. And you can also go and follow me on Twitter, which is @GruntyBabyUK, and you can keep up to date with everything that I do, what I talk about, and what things I am involved in. You can also find me on this show Mondays through to Fridays, 10 p.m. GMT, 5 p.m. EST. And yes, finding all the good stuff that I do there. Well, Devious, if people were so inclined to find out more about you and what you do, what would we say to them?
I would say to them, get your own life. Stop stalking me. Or I'll get a restraining order. But in other times, I would probably say, you can find me here on MGM News, Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays, 10 p.m. GMT, 5 p.m. EST, or you can check out our shows on YouTube, because we are uploading them now.
We are indeed. Fantastic little shout out.
And we are going to host this particular gentleman. Or we're not?
Well, before we do, aren't you forgetting something?
What am I forgetting?
Giveaway.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Sorry, something in my throat there.
Everybody in chat, raise your hands if you want to be included in a giveaway. Because free shit and stuff.
Put your hands up, people. Free shit.
Oh my god, now I've got to do a capture. Okay. Because signing into this shit isn't just fucking awkward enough. Okay. Right. Who have we got? I've been tabbed out. I've been signing into my fucking thingy, so I haven't seen a thing. So who have we got?
We've got Wesley Wolf.
Oh, got Wesley. Okay.
We've got Buttercup.
Buttercup.
And so far, that's it.
Wow, this is going to be one hell of an easy giveaway. Everybody bailed on us. So we've got Wesley and Buttercup. Right then.
Come on, guys, put your hands up in the chat or you don't get entered. Do you want to quickly announce what it is we're giving away?
It is, because I'm doing things in the background right here. It is the Bundle Stars bundle. It's the Indie Legends 6 bundle, in which comes Goat Simulator, Final Station, Dragonfall, Shadowrun Dragonfall Director's Cut, Cluster Truck, I Am Bread, Chroma Squad, Cortex Command, Unbox, Newbie's Adventure, Vanguard Princess, and the Vanguard Princess DLCs.
There we go.
It is the entire Bundle Stars bundle.
Formal Ghost, Vicky Fox, and Hasserus.
Let's bring this bad boy over to the main screen.
So you can see it with your own eyes. This is what you'll be getting.
Okay, let's start adding people in. So we have Wesley. Then we have Buttercup.
Then we have Formal. Vicky Fox. Hasserus.
Hasserus. And is that it? Is that everyone?
Vicky, you are kidding me, right?
What?
Good. I'm glad. Starting to think that you don't listen to these shows.
Holy mother of God. Okay. I have on this wheel Wesley, Buttercup, Formal, Vicky, and Hasserus. Is there anyone's name who wants in on this little giveaway that I haven't called out?
Anyone at all?
Speak now or forever hold your peace. In fact, we've mentioned this particular bundle twice now.
In fact, I think a few people saw that it was the end of the show and bailed out early. So,
what's that anime-looking game? That one is Vanguard Princess. It's a beat 'em up, and it's the complete edition, so it comes with all the DLC. Kind of cool from what I've seen of it. I haven't played it myself yet. Quite possibly, yes, quite possibly. Okay, you're interested. Midnight coming in at the 11th hour there. Okay, is that everyone?
hang on, I'll quickly do a wake-up poll. Did you add Midnight?
Midnight is in. The list of names I have right now is Wesley, Buttercup, Formal, Vicky, Hasserus, and Midnight.
Do they not? I thought they usually make a sound for people, even if they're AFK.
No, you don't, Midnight. I apologise. It's,
Okay, never mind. We spent enough time on this. If you will, Devious, bring up the wheel.
Ooh. So here's all our names. Let's make sure all updates are on there. Hasserus, Midnight, Wesley, Buttercup, Formal, and Vicky. Okay. Now, let's spin the wheel and see who wins.
Give it a whirl.
Vicky!
Vicky!
Hashtag rigged. Rigged. Oh, you legit want to reroll, Vicky?
Vicky, you don't have to. You're just
you
someone
sure?
that helps us. We know that you've got no. Seriously? Okay.
Oh, okay, Vicky.
Okay, fair enough.
We shall, by the good graces of Vicky, we're going to do a reroll. Buttercup!
Buttercup! Step up to the plate and collect your
Yay.
prize.
Paul got robbed. Hey, the last one was literally, it was on the freaking line. The last one that we did. It was on the line.
Yeah, it really was.
But yes, congratulations. DM me on Discord, sir, and I shall give you all your codes. Well, to be honest with you, Midnight, it's only a couple of bucks. It really is. It's a brilliant price right now. That's why I'm plugging the hell out of it. It's like, what, it's £3 in English? So what's like 11 million US dollars? Nothing.
Yep. Cheap as chips.
So yeah, it's going to be like, what, $4.50 maybe. So easy, honestly. You didn't want in on that gangster? But anyway, guys, I was just asking, like they didn't want in on it, sort of like as a statement of surprise, because yeah, it's even cheaper for you guys.
Of course it is.
Holy shit, that's awesome. I mean, that really is cool. $3, really, for those games. And I had, hell, even if it's just Cluster Truck, $3 for Cluster Truck, I had a shitload of fun with that game last night. It was a huge barrel of laughs. Oh, well, not to worry, Midnight. Next month, it'll be a little bit easier. But anyway, guys, I think we shall hand over to Mr. Insert of the Coin Theatres, because he's doing a very special game this evening. He's doing a co-stream, and it's a game that we've covered recently.
Yeah,
called Anti-Hero. It's a very interesting game. So let's do the old shout-outy type thing that we post wherever it is, because I've got like God knows how many pages. I shit you not.
It's in format. It's in format. Go to format.
I need another monitor. I desperately need another monitor. I have too many damn windows.
Don't copy the thing that's in the parentheses. Just
so yes, Devious and Willie have just finished their new segment and have handed over to our gameplay expert, Insert Coin Theatre. Tim is a really nice guy, and I hope you will like him. Thank you very much, guys, and I will see you, or we will see you, on Monday. So take care, guys.
Take care indeed. Have a wonderful weekend.
Bye, everybody.
Good night.